Our intended format is to be the progressive, DC's new progressive radio station and the surrounding proper. We would like to be a voice against empire and offer alternative programming that people now have available to them.
We're starting a new radio station in DC in a few weeks, brother.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to be 1480 AM. It's going to be a complimentary blend of progressive music and talk.
The next thing we fudged around with a little bit was a vision statement, which is where do we want to go? What do we want to make this thing? Or where does it want to be 10 years from now?
This is my raison d'etre, my reason being, is to move people from a culture of entertainment to a culture of education and enlightenment.
What kind of music you listen to?
I listen to hip hop.
Hip hop, like hip hop, like stop that trick hip hop, or hip hop. We're gonna try to give you something progressive, something positive. You listen to anybody progressive or positive?
I think we should balance what's on the radio. Not so much that what's on the radio is totally wrong, but it's just out of balance. You know what I mean? So, in a nutshell, but I don't believe in protesting radio. I believe in making your own station. You know what I mean? Like we at.
I have to be passionately involved with a project that consumes my time and direction in terms of making a contribution to truth telling out here, because we're surrounded by bullshit. I mean, everywhere, from TV, newspapers, all our media outlets, 6 companies controlling everything we see here in the read. Then we see the ignorance in the street, and no one's really outraged by it.
I know you have altruistic ambitions, and that's all well and good, and the altruistic dreams don't make things happen, man. It's the money that makes you got to have the money, and once you have the money, then you can do things with it.
This is where the laws are made, is where all the think tanks are, all of the think tanks, or the majority of the associations and nonprofits are all right here in Washington, D.C. because they want to be a footstep away from where policy is made.
When he told me that he was working on a radio station broadcasting from east of the river directly into the halls of Congress, I was extremely excited to do whatever I could to help him out.
Because even if put into the situation to become successful, we might mess it up because of our isms. Ego, greed, doubt, distrust, all those negativities that we try to address in the Black Love Festival and everything that I would try to represent.
I tell people this is kind of like a benevolent dictatorship. I mean, I want everybody's input. I try to get everybody's input, but at the end of the day, you know what? I got to make a decision. And sometimes it's not going to be what everybody wants to hear.
We are so behind the 8 ball with this, the funding.
We're going to have to make some decisions as soon as possible.
Fortunately, we're in a corporate takeover.
A corporate takeover? What do you mean a corporate takeover?
The money that's behind me does not want to move forward with Mr. Tucker because we feel that Mr. Tucker has been disingenuous.
I'm telling you, I'm going to follow this through the end. You have committed mail fraud. That's what you've done.
Good luck with that.
It should not be this difficult to do good, you know what I'm saying? We've encountered different levels of bullshit in this entire process.
We've probably gone down at least a dozen times in the past 2 weeks. There's no way we can build with that type of business model.
The real challenge is that, we got to actually deliver it, like the content that's worthy of keeping somebody in tune. Well, I have a lot at stake, I have a family that I'm struggling to support, and if we're not able to get funding for this project, the little resources I have would dry up, and so it is very serious for me.